The Ultimate Spider-Man, a 2005 adaptation of the Ultimate Marvel take on Spider-Man. Players are assigned with specific missions which can only be played as Venom, meaning that even one playthrough features gameplay changes and overuse of this feature is avoided. Playing as Venom does result in some more serious guilt at times though. At one point, the game can't continue until you make Venom eat a child who's lost his balloon! That is awful. How dare that child lose his balloon? Not to say Venom's blameless, you can never trust a gigantic blue monster who eats live children in public. I've been telling people that for years. That's genuinely an incredibly violent event for a PG game. I feel guilty enough when I eat people on the street in real life, leave alone in a game. The game's adherence to its comic book roots is a real strength. The captivating, cel-shaded style creates an immersive world and causes the game to seem less dated than PS2 games that aim for a more realistic look. There's a well-measured amount of tragedy and tension in an otherwise playful game, something all good Spider-Man adaptations should employ. Any character changes are suited to the game style, and there are surprising and uninvasive appearances from other Marvel characters. There's a brief fight with Wolverine, which looks way more believable than anything in X-Men Origins Wolverine did. There's a wide array of well-designed and characterised villains, even Shocker, who's at best a mild inconvenience in this game, and in the Ultimate Marvel universe actually, shows his grandest achievement was inspiring My Chemical Romance's 2010 image. The game also perfectly balances energy, the cutscenes are exciting and creatively edited, and the actual missions themselves are of equal quality. Spider-Man moves with extreme grace and acrobatic freedom, with the controls being really responsive. There's a clear attempt to make his web swinging believable by always attaching it to a building rather than, thin it like every other piece of Spider-Man media does. Frankly, it takes all the realism out of this tale about a boy with radioactive spider powers. Now that's actually happened at least 3 times, I've seen documentaries starring Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland that can prove that point. His missions involve mainly fast-paced action and time challenges. Venom's levels involve a lot more destruction, and his movements are balanced well enough to feel more reckless than Spidey's, but that doesn't hinder the gameplay. Any of Venom's more humanised traits are justifiably downplayed, so there's actually a noticeable difference in play, apart from the bit where he eats an innocent person. That made him relatable. My score would be an extremely solid 8 out of 10. Points have been lost due to some relentlessly difficult levels, where the game gives you very little, or maybe even no chance at all, to complete exactly what you're being asked to. For example, in a level where the player chases the villain Electro, he'll always electrocute you once you've clearly caught him, causing the chase to essentially restart. Even with this in consideration though, this is an extremely developed game, with a strong sense of artistic style, character, balance of genres, and welcome variation of gameplay. Even though the new Spider-Man game is apparently incredible, there are plenty of other really successful game outings with the web slinger. Other examples include the Penultimate Spider-Man and the He'll Do For Now Spider-Man. Thanks to everyone who watches and everyone who's subscribed. Let's cue some music!